Sample space. A sample space is the collection, a list of all possible outcomes. I'll let you write that down, and then we will do a really, really fun and exciting thing. And actually try something. Here is the question: what is the sample space? What's the sample space of flipping a coin twice? A lot of times to get a sample space, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can make a table, you can make a tree diagram, but here's kind of one way it looks like here. Let's say, let's do it like this. Okay. Let's make this top row coin number 1. All right. What are the two different things you can get when you flip coin number 1? You get a head, correct, or a tail. Let's make this down box the same thing, except it's coin number 2. What are your options when you flip a coin? A head or a tail. So here, this is what's going to be our table of possible outcomes. Okay, I can get a head and a head, H comma H, because they're both heads. I can get a head and a tail. Get a head on the second one, a tail on the first one. I can get a tail and a head. Tail, head, tail on the first one, second one then. And I can get a tail and a tail. These 4 different outcomes are my sample space. And usually we put it in braces because it's a set. You can get a head and a head. You can get a head and a tail. You can get a tail and a head. And you can get a tail and a tail. So that is your sample space. A different way to do that would look like a tree diagram. Can I switch screens here for a second? Sure. Let's say I have that same spinner I spun before, and it's cut into the, what was it, red, blue, green, and yellow. Let's say I have a spinner and I have my coin. We'll do my best Abe Lincoln penny coin thing. What would be my sample space for spinning once and flipping once? Well, starting off with my spinner. What are my different choices for spinning? I can get a red, a blue, a yellow, and a green. And then after I spin, I have to flip the coin. So my choices would be this. If I spun a red, then I could flip a coin and get a head and a tail. I could spin first, get a blue, and then do my same head and a tail with the coin. If I did yellow, I could get a head and a tail. If I did green, I get a head and a tail. My sample space then would be this. I could do red and a head. I could do red and a tail. I can do blue and a head. I can do blue and a tail. I can do yellow and a head, yellow and a tail, green and a head, and green and a tail. This is my sample space. How many different combinations can I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let me change that and ask you, what if I said, what is the probability of getting a red or a tail. I'd probably give red or a tail. Which it would be, you'd have to think, how many of those in my sample space are a red or a tail? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 of them either have a red or a tail. And how many total different ones did I have? 8. You would have a 5/8 chance of spinning a red and then flipping and getting a tail, which is kind of one of those things. But that's what sample space is. They will ask you for sample space. You can do it whatever way you want. If you want to do the tree thing, or if you want to make a table. If I were making a table of this, it would look kind of the same way I did that other thing. You would have, you could put your spinner going down. How many different things for the spinner? There was red, blue, yellow, green. And then what do I have for my flipping? I have a head and a tail. So here you get red head, red tail, blue head, blue tail, yellow head, yellow tail, green head, green tail. Get your same combinations that you got here. Ready for something new? Yes. Another one.